So I have looked everywhere for a mixer to mix my instant breakfast because it either comes out too foamy, the milk comes out too foamy. If it's a high power mixer, I've tried handheld mixing cups and you shake it, it still does the same thing. Also, it just clumps up in any kind of glass if you hand stir. So I bought a mini mixer, and it is Norpro. This is the power button. I'll show you here. This is the one small attachment. I don't know if you can see it, but it stands open. It is powerful. I just have a glass of water, so I can show you exactly what it does. And you see how powerful that one is. It also comes with a water, and you just pull the one out and then push the other in. And again, this one spans open. It's a little bigger, a little more powerful. This does have a pretty powerful spin to it from this little gadget, so I'll probably be using it for eggs and icing. And so anyway, like I said, you just push it in the little slot there. I'll show you better on the next one. This one here is the little mixer, and I'll probably use this one to mix my instant breakfast because it's not that strong, or maybe this next one here, but this one here has a little metal wheel on the end, and like I said, it just has this little, I don't know how good you can see it, but it has that little slot there. You just slide that in, push it in until it locks. And then here we go on this one. So all these are pretty good little attachments. And this little guy in itself, like I said, is pretty strong itself. It is a really good, it's about as big as my hand here. And like I said, it's a real good, powerful little mixer. It just runs on 2 AA batteries, and so I say money for the bucks, and it's a really good item. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Bye.
So this is the Norpro like mini mixer. See, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So to use it, I've actually got to take off this and push on that, and then it'll work. But then if I put the cover back on, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Now, in all fairness, I do use this to mix like micas for skincare products, which is why this table looks dirty. It's actually not dirty. It's just stained with micas that I've used. I don't know if I can get this on with one hand. Oh, yep, there we go. Now, sometimes it'll run whenever I push the button while that's on. Sometimes it, oh, there we go. Okay, now it's going to actually work. But, oh, see, there we go. Rest assured, it doesn't always work. But, you know, and my only thing is you can see where it's starting to rust right there. Now, if you're mixing something, you would assume that it would come in some kind of contact with water. Now, don't go like throwing this in the water, obviously, but you would assume that it would come in some kind of contact with water and be built like maybe a little bit better than this, to where it's not going to rust within just a couple of minutes. Let me see if I can get this battery out. So I've only used, I can't get the battery out, but I've only used this a few times, but you can see where it's already starting to rust. And it does work great. When it works great. But it's a when it works type thing, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Clearly, I don't know how to work this. What the heck? There we go. So it does work great whenever it works, and it comes with some attachments, which is also pretty handy, but to use it, to actually use it without it giving out while you're mixing things, you have to have the lid off. And it is pretty powerful, as you can see. But to have to have the cover off while you're using it, it's just, I mean, again, it was a cheap price, so I shouldn't really have expected too much, but I ordered it less than 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, and it doesn't always work, and it's just very frustrating. And I don't know if you can't really tell, but man, I have to push down hard on that for that to work. It's just, it's not a reasonable thing for you to have to shove down hard to where it's hurting your finger to be able to use it.
Alright, I'm here to show you a couple things about your Norpro mixer that I've discovered over time. And here's the mixer. So, it works really good, except there's a couple of things you have to know. That's full blast, and that's not very quick. This thing can really go, but what's happening is there's a wobble here. See how I'm speeding it up by picking up the wobble? And so it goes, but as soon as I turn it back on, well, usually it's slow again. There's the slow. Okay, it's not good enough. So how can we fix that? Well, here's how we do it. Take it on a straight edge, like right here, and rotate it until you can see a wobble. I'm looking for my wobble. Right there. So it's going outward right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and shove it in manually. See if I still have a wobble. I can even test it. It's pretty good. And I still got a wobble. So I'm going to keep on working on it until I get that wobble out. I think it's right there. Shove it. And shove it in, make sure it's good. I mean, once I get this thing, until I pull it out, it works pretty darn good. Still got a wobble. But see how much faster it is? Much faster. Okay, the second thing that can happen to your unit is right inside here, there's a contact. So if I pull this back to take the battery, and you'll say, well, your batteries are low, so you'll change them, they won't speed up. There's two pieces of metal in here. The big one and the little one. The little one can get pressed down over time. So take it and get a knife and shove it up. And it may touch this and make this thing go. But you just press it down and it'll be just about right. It's got to be a good angle. And it screams fast. I've had this thing, I thought, well, this thing's goofed up, the motor's goofed up, put good lithium batteries in it, it doesn't work. It was this contact, it wasn't good. I have to fix that at least once a month. But other than that, I mean, this is a good, for the money, this is really good. It really can froth the milk and for your coffee, it can mix things up instantly. It's really nice. But you gotta know those two things about it. And then sometimes one battery kind of goes dead, but that's battery issues and more common and easier to fix. That's it. I like my product. I would buy it again and recommend it. Just got to know those things.
I just received today the Deluxe Cordless Mini Mixer 5-piece set. I was looking for something to scramble some eggs in a little bowl or froth my hot chocolate in a cup. This seemed to look like it did a good job by some of the videos online. However, the 3 pieces that I'm showing right here all seem to lock into place and work well. The one piece that does not lock into place is the blender mixer wheel that I'm showing here. I have it sitting inside. It doesn't go in any further. It doesn't lock in place. However, when I turn it over to put it in something, it falls right out. It does not lock into place. So I'm not too happy about that. I'm not sure if anybody else has had this problem. However, I'm just cautioning you the blender wheel doesn't stay. It's the Norpro. deluxe cordless mini mixer 5-piece set. I'm going to keep it because the other 3 pieces work. And I figured I would use those more than I would this blender wheel. So good luck if anybody else has it.
Here we go. Doesn't stain it. Some things might stain it. So your tooltips might end up colored like this, depending on what you're mixing.
Here's how to put the batteries in the Norpro Deluxe Cordless Mini Mixer. First, remove the cover. You just put pressure on it, slide it up. Then the battery, positive end on the back, facing towards the bottom. And the next battery, positive in the front slot. Probably best to push the positive end like that. Press hard. Sometimes it might not fit, but it will. Slide it back on. Called a deluxe cordless mini mixer. I would just say it's a cordless mini mixer. The deluxe version still needs to come out.
Okay, so as you can see, these are the 4 extra parts that comes with it. It's a mini mixer, therefore it's mini, and it's very easy to use, easy to clean. You can actually take it with you like anywhere you go, and so that's the best part about it.